So after I make a scan of my artwork, I'm going to open it in Photoshop and select the crop tool, since my scan is slightly larger than the area I need to work with. Then I'll need to unlock the background layer, and in this case, since I had some text that I wrote, I'm going to delete the text I wrote in order to choose a text from Photoshop and write the words instead. If you are making these for stickers and you're using text on your stickers, I suggest a text that is quite large, just as large as the image that you are printing. If it's too small, of course, it's going to be very difficult for you to read when you print out your stickers. Alright, I selected my text, my font. Now I'm going to change the size to make it slightly larger. And now I'm going to write the text along the bottom as well. I'm using the Magic Wand tool. That's the wand with the little dots at the end to select the background white and delete it and resize one more time. And just before I save it, I'm going to arch the upper text to mimic the shape of the succulent. Now that my design is ready to go, I'm going to save a copy of my design onto my computer. So I'll click File, Save a Copy, save to my computer. And now I'm going to choose the file that I usually use as stickers, rename the file. And I'm going to have to save it as a PNG. Saving as a PNG ensures that you have a background that is transparent. Now I'm going to open up my Cricut, and as you can see, I've already done a few stickers. I'm going to show you how I do the next sticker. So first you have to upload what you just saved. So I'm going to find my PNG copy of my succulent sticker that I saved to my computer. Now I always choose complex, and since the background is already transparent, I don't need to worry about making it transparent again. I am going to check and make sure that the background is transparent, and I do want to print then cut. So I'm going to add the sticker that I just made to my canvas. And now to resize my sticker, I'm looking at the upper right corner. I do need to make sure this lock is locked. So since I do have a transparent background, the Cricut will die cut around all of the text and the image. So I am going to add a shape to the background and flatten the shape onto my image so that the Cricut only cuts out this shape. So I'm deciding to use this shape. I'll rotate it to mimic the curve of the succulent plant, and I'm going to change the color background to white so that it does not print as that gray color. I'll resize it and make sure that it looks nice and that all my image is very neatly inside that background shape. The last step that I do need to do before printing is to select each layer, first the artwork and then the layer behind, and click the flatten button in the lower right hand corner. That's going to flatten your artwork onto that cut shape so that you can print and then cut with that shape. I can also duplicate my stickers. Most of the time I'm not going to print just one set of 5 stickers because it wastes a lot of the 8.5 by 11 sticker page. So usually I can fit 2 full sets as well as a few extras. I've already clicked Make It in the upper right hand corner, and now I'm going to check that I have all the sizing correct before I print. I'm going to make sure there's no second page that will print and that all my stickers fit nicely on one page. So you notice I have a few more rainbows than any of the other stickers, any of these extra stickers than I use as giveaways. I click Print and then I send to my printer before I can then print it using my Cricut machine. Alright, the type of inkjet paper that I will use is a vinyl sticker paper for inkjet printers. It is white, 8.5 by 11, and it is a matte paper. Every time I take out a new sheet, I always peel back the sticker part to make sure that I'm feeding it into my printer in the correct direction. Alright, I will click then on my Cricut Design Studio Send to Printer and wait for it to print. I like to use matte sticker paper instead of glossy sticker paper. Whenever I print on glossy sticker paper, my Cricut cutter cannot read the black guidelines because it's too glossy and reflective. So I found that a matte sticker paper works a lot better. Before I send it to cut, I'm going to use an Avery self-adhesive lamination sheet in order to have a little protective layer on top of my stickers and to help make them waterproof. I need to measure inside the black guidelines for the same reason as before. I found if I use the whole 8.5 by 11 sheet and cover those black guidelines with the lamination sheet, it's too glossy and my Cricut cutter cannot cut and cannot find those guidelines. I have noticed from some other artists on Instagram that they can cover their black guidelines and their Cricut machine will still read those guidelines, but unfortunately I do not have that luxury. So I found this little hack works pretty well to cut it slightly smaller than those guidelines and then to very carefully place the lamination sheet on top of my stickers. I've found that it works the best if I position my paper horizontally and I only peel open the very first section of my lamination paper, and then I'm going to very, very carefully align it just inside those black guidelines. And then I'm going to gently peel the paper off as I press it down with my hand. I'm going to smooth it out to try to get any of those air bubbles out. And then I am going to check the guidelines to make sure that I don't have any of that lamination sheet covering it. And I will place it on my Cricut cut board. Now, since I am asking my Cricut machine to cut through 2 layers of paper, I'm going to set it to Poster Board Plus. That will actually do a double pass while it's cutting your stickers, so it'll cut it once and then it'll go over it a second time. And I find that with that setting, it cuts it correct and deep enough to pass through those 2 layers of sticker paper. And here's the final result. I'm going to peel off the backing of my paper, but as you can see, it has cut my stickers well enough so that there aren't any rough edges. There is a link to the blog post where I explain the whole process, and this includes links to where you can find all of the different products that I used in this video tutorial. You can find the link to this blog post directly below this video. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and happy sticker making!